Hello, you're welcome to the Progressive Minds. My name is Sena, aka Alinko. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Sorry in the late start of the show. We're going to be talking to Mrs. Florence SOMUAH this evening. We're also going to be joined by Cindy. We have been having technical challenges, and so please pardon us as we talk about able differently dealing with autism in the diaspora. We hope that you can be part of the conversation this evening. Uh, please pardon us while we bring our guests into the studio. We have Mrs. Uh, Florence SOMUAH here with us. Mrs. Florence, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Um, I cannot see you. I don't know if you can see me.
I can see you.
Okay, so just
There
please
we
bear with
go.
me. Okay, so we would, um, yeah, we just having a little bit of a glitch, but we'll try and come back and start the show. Please bear with us as we work on. Okay. Hello. Yes, Florence, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get through this, please. Pardon us. So this evening we want to just talk about issues surrounding autism. But first of all, we would like to get to know who you are and how long you have been in the city of Chicago and dealing with issues surrounding autism. Please go ahead, Mrs. Florence. Someone.
Hi, my name is Florence SOMUAH, and I'm a mother of five. And Enoch, being triplet, is the middle of the triplets, and is the one who has autism. I have been in the city of Chicago for over almost 40 years. Almost 40 years. Yes.
Mm, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing. So, Florence, Someone, I also understand that you're I don't know if you're a widow. What's your relationship with the late Mr. Someone in the city of Chicago?
That's my father.
That's your father. Okay, I didn't want to make that mistake by associating you in a different way. So thanks for clarifying that, Mr. Someone. I mean, may so rest in peace. But if you're a Ghanaian in the city of Chicago, you must have heard of him. But some know him personally. We all know that he was a great man and contributed immensely to the growth of the Ghanaian community here in Chicago. I don't know if you want to speak to that, Florence.
Well, my dad has done a lot in Chicago
Mm,
land.
mm,
He came here at the I think the year of the 60s, and you know how we all have the American dreams. So he
yes.
tried to do the American dreams by bringing us here as toddler, so it was difficult at the beginning, but he tried. And he's one of those people when you go to him, and even though if it was his last meal for him to put in his mouth, he will hand it to you. That's what I can say about him. He's one of the kind.
Mm. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for sharing. And today we want to talk about uh, able differently. That's what we titled it. But when people say, I mean, we've all been used to using the word disability. But is it also fair to say able differently? And why would you want people to rather look at it from the angle of people who are able in a different way than using the word disability?
Um, when you say disability, when in my book, it's like I don't think autism have a manual, and it doesn't have a handbook.
Mm,
So if when I look at Enoch, I don't see no disability on him,
mm,
but then it's just he has autism. But because it's autistic, then they will say it's is in the catalog of disability. now. Before, they didn't put it. So it's like you telling me, when somebody seeing him because he's autistic child, maybe you have in your mind, you saw it's like you label him, but are you going to allow him to be, have you seen he's able to do it?
Mm,
You have to give him a chance.
mm,
Don't label him, oh, this one here, you don't belong. Just like
mm,
that. Give him
mm,
a chance. So it's like you saw my label, but you didn't see my able.
mm,
Don't just label him.
mm.
When you said like Enoch has disability, yes, he's autistic, but don't really say it's disability because he can be able to do something. That's what I'm going to say on my child.
Exactly. So it's right to say use the word they are able in different ways.
Yes.
No, thank you for clarifying that. How long have you had ENOCH'S World Autism?
Enoch's word started when he was in middle school.
Okay.
So, as we all in my house, it's like it's always, be on his world, minding his own business, doing other things by himself. Of course, when I had him and everything. So I started like doing like Enoch's word, but I wasn't going out too much. I talked to people back and forth. So he started, I think when he was in middle school, that I started saying Enoch's word. And I'll be trying gradually explaining it to people. So it started at the age when he was like in middle school, maybe 11 years. Yeah,
So
11 years ago.
in total, you would say 3 years, 4 years.
No,
Now
11
since
years.
oh,
11
you've
years.
been running ENOCH'S World for 11 years now.
I've been running Enoch's Word 11 years, but it's like,
Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I was mistaking that for his age. I when you the way
Uh-huh.
the way I heard it, I thought you meant okay, but thank you for clarifying that. What is autism?
Autism is a neurological disorder that affects an individual communication and the way and the world around them. So when you say autism is a range of like neurological, it's a brain disorder that
Okay,
affects an individual, you know, how they communicate and how they see things around them.
okay,
To
great.
make it simple.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yes, I understand. You're not a medical doctor or anything, so I didn't. But you did a great job by explaining it the way you just did. You did so. Thank you. Um, you said that Enoch is a third of triplets.
Yes, it's a triplet and it's the middle,
Mm.
of the triplets.
The middle child of the triplets. So
Mhm.
how are the first and the first and the last doing?
They're fine.
They're perfectly
Very
fine.
good.
Okay. Um, when at what age was he diagnosed with anything related to autism?
When the triplet was 3 years old,
Uh-huh.
in America, we say we're going to middle school. I
Yeah.
mean, no, not middle school, preschool.
Okay.
Preschool. I found out at preschool. So when he was around 3 years old, and I wanted to take them to preschool, that's
Okay.
when it's all started. Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome.
So three.
Great. Thank you so much. Cindy, your we can see you in the background, but your camera is not on. So if you can turn your camera so we can bring you into the feed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about able differently dealing with autism in the diaspora community. We have Florence SOMUAH, who is the founder and CEO of Autism Talk ENOCH'S World, and she is also here with Enoch Watson, one of her sons, one of her triplet sons. And we're going to be going a little bit into why one of the reasons why we're here, which is an event that Florence is organizing for her organization and also to create more awareness about autism. Um, Enoch, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Um, Enoch, are you in high school?
I work in a primary school, not high school.
Okay, great. Um, uh, Florence, is Enoch um, okay to continue the conversation with us, or would you want to speak more so on his behalf?
I mean, you can ask him some stuff. The speech is there, but it's kind of difficult to make it more sentence.
Okay,
You won't
great,
say it in a long sentence. You see, when you
awesome.
say "how are you," it took a little bit time
Some
for
time.
him to
Okay, great.
yeah.
Right. Oh, that's fine. We it's only it's 35 minutes past 6 p.m. So we do have some time. How old are you?
I'm 21 years old and a pretty
Great.
adult.
Um,
He's, you hear him? He says he's 21 years old and pre-adult. Which one is
pre-adult.
that?
Awesome. So Enoch, do you have close friends?
No,
Not really. Maybe one.
maybe one.
Okay. And you're okay. So what are you aspiring to become? A teacher, doctor, lawyer, engineer, architect?
He said, "What you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?"
He's already grown, so
He said he's pre-adult. You heard him say he's pre-adult.
he's a pre-adult. Okay, great. Okay, my apologies. So yes, when you become an adult, what would you want to be?
He's thinking.
Okay, great. Can you tell us the name of your other siblings, your triplets siblings?
Emmanuel, Elliot, Evangeline, and Elion. Those sweetie and sister.
Great. Okay. Imana, do you like football, soccer, or basketball?
No, no, I don't play sports.
Okay. He says he doesn't play sports, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you like music?
Yes,
Okay, great. Florence, were you at Ghana Fest this year?
Yes.
Enoch, were you there too? Did you come to Ghana Fest?
no,
Okay. Okay, he said no. Hopefully you don't miss Ghana Fest next year. It's beautiful. So Florence, um, were the other twins triplets there?
One of them was there.
Okay, all right,
Mhm.
awesome. And do you go to Ghana Fest often with other kids?
Yeah.
I mean, do you go every year with other kids when you can?
Oh yeah, we'll be going back and
Okay,
forth.
all
Mhm.
right, great, thank you. So let's look at your organization. You say you've been running it for 11 years. What has been the challenges of running ENOCH'S World, which is the organization that you founded?
ENOCH'S World, I've been running it, going back and forth, and I'm
Mm,
not even sure if I'm doing it the right way. But um, like the work, this is our third one,
okay.
and basically, what I was doing at the past years is like I do like seminars, small seminars, and then be talking to people.
Okay.
So that's what I was, I've
So
been
why do
doing.
you say you're not sure if you're doing it well?
The reason why I said I'm not sure if I was doing at the past at the right way, because it's like maybe the community or maybe where I am doing it, people really don't get it. The understanding is not properly, going. Even right now, this third work that I'm doing, I'm facing little bit challenges because the feedback that I'm getting, if I don't if I don't look at way behind it, I will like sink, and I do not want to sink.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by when you say, what do you mean when you say people are not getting it? You are not getting the right feedback. Is it that the Ghanaian community or people in the Ghanaian community are not attending the events, or they're not giving you the necessary support that you think you should be getting from them?
Yeah, when it comes to our community,
Mm.
and then you bring such these events, some of us don't take it serious because they think it's not needed. I always said that it's because maybe you don't have one around you or you don't live with one, the understanding becomes very hard. But if there's one around you or you live with one, like Enoch, then you will understand it. Because
Where
like this. Mhm.
No, I completely get your point, and I'm going to let you tell us the if you don't live with one, then you don't understand. So, what would you like people to understand by living with when it comes to living with someone with autism or someone who's able in a different way?
The number one priority is like, okay, I always going to use my child because that's my child who has autism. So
Yeah.
let's say I take Enoch to a party. He will sit down, and you know how in a Ghanaian community, and it happens several times. That like the elders, like somebody who's older, very older, like like 50s, 40s and stuff. They will see him sitting on a chair. They will approach him, get up, let me sit down. Why with him, he doesn't even know why you're telling him to get up, let me sit down. So it becomes like very hard for him to get up because they just goes to him straight, say, get up, let me sit down. And then he be looking at them. And this happened 2 times. The third one, I had to go and then like be more into it. But I feel like, sometimes even though if Enoch don't have these challenges or if Enoch is not autistic, we should have some kind of boundary or respect to each other, because the child is sitting down. If you want the chair, you talk to him nice and he will get up. But you going in there and say, get up, let me get the chair. In African language is very harsh. They go it and they say it harsh, and then the child is looking at you. And with him too, once like you see how you moving and then what you're doing, then he gets very upset. Then they get like tantrum. Then because he doesn't know what you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to hit him and stuff. Then he became more like tantrum and went out, and then he can even push the chair or push you, and that's what I don't want is to happen. So when you get to there, it's very difficult, very difficult. I can't hear him. We can't hear you.
I think we had a little
Okay.
break due to our the technical challenges we're having. It's been a challenge these days, but we're working hard to make it as smooth as possible. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So, what type of events do you organize? I know it's a walk. Where do you have it at, and Tell us the nature of this event.
This event is going to take place at Bolingbrook, Illinois,
Okay.
811 Remington Boulevard. And this event is very dear to my heart because actually this event, I'm making it on my birthday, my birthday month. And I put, a lot of effort into it. So the event, we're going to have vendors coming from all over. We're going to have ENOCH'S. You go to Clarewood Academy at Waiting. We're going to have them there. We're going to have doctors and nurses to do like screening and stuff. You're supposed to have a lawyer to come in for like a guardianship. And we have other vendors. We're going to have other vendors that's going to be there doing, I don't know, like a lot of information center. And after that, too, we're going to have like food and other stuff to celebrate after that. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then there's going to be a walk.
There's going to be a walk. The walk is going to start in the afternoon.
Okay. Well, around what time?
By 11:30, the walk is started.
Okay. 11:30. This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday, August 19th.
What would you want people to know about some of the what would be some of the main points you would like people to know about the importance of this event you're doing, and how you would expect them to handle people that are dealing with autism?
The most things I want people to know is like to acceptance.
Acceptance, okay.
Yes.
Right.
And then to understand them.
Do you think that within the Ghanaian or the African community, now I'm going to ask you this question. Have you observed, if it's observation, let us know. But let me put it this way. What is your observation when it comes to how Africans treat people who are able differently or dealing with autism versus other ethnic groups? Is it the same? Are there differences? And why do you think there are differences, if there is?
Well, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I think it's our technical issues. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear you now. I know it's frozen, but it's a challenge this evening. We sincerely apologize, but let's see if we can get this question out, and then maybe we could come back on another day to engage you again. But let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you as well, but I think we're frozen. So, but you can go ahead. If as long as you can hear me, you can go ahead.
For African, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I know we're frozen, but please go ahead.
The challenges that we have in our community is very hard. Like the stigma is so hard that sometimes I'm standing, by a person, then they are like insulting my child. It makes you feel bad. Sometimes like you don't want to be fighting people all the time. When Enoch was a child, I'm always like, I have to say, no, don't do this. And when you see me, it's like I look so like serious all the time, and every time I'm tired because already when I'm taking this child outside, I'm already tired. Then when I bring him out, then all your own community, like they're talking about him, they're talking about you. Oh, what's wrong with him? Is he mentally ill? Is he crazy? Oh, it's like a lot of insults. So it makes you feel very bad. Then you don't even want to go around them.
Do you experience the same thing when you are outside the Ghanaian or the African community? Is the same with other ethnic groups or other races?
When I'm around Americans, it's like they love him. They will take him, and they even be this thing saying, oh, sorry, or something like that. It's like they enjoy seeing Enoch as the way he is when I'm outside of my own community, because they love, to see him, and they love what he's doing and stuff. They won't like judge him. Yes, not judgmental like my own. My own, they will be judgmental. A little thing, they will talk about it. But when I'm outside of my own community, it's like I'm in a different world.
Why do you think Africans do this?
I don't know if it's lack of knowledge my people perish, but I feel like I will keep saying it is because maybe one person don't have like maybe somebody like Enoch or disability person in their house, or maybe it's not them. That's why. That's what maybe I will feel. I would say, but
Okay.
I don't understand why they do that. So we try. We try.
So that's why you do these events, to create the awareness that we should not treat people who may not act the same way we will act to things, in a very negative way, like you have experienced.
Yes. No matter.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I must say also that I'm thanking you for your response. I also want to thank you for taking the initiative and being brave about it and being very strong. This, I know, I can hear already that it's not easy for you, and so we want to really commend you for taking this on and doing something about it. Does Enoch complain anytime when he's alone with you about how people, or how the African, specifically the Ghanaian community, treats him when you're outside? Does he talk to you about it sometimes?
He started talking about it, I think, when he was a little bit mature, maybe around like 18, 17, when you see people doing that, like people be screaming at him, hey, stop it and stuff. Then he'd be like, I don't like that man. I don't like that woman. Yeah. He'd be like, I don't like him. I don't like her. I don't like, him.
So
Then,
yeah, so when you are home, he does talk to you about it. Do you think that, as a mother, do you think this causes him a lot of hurts? Do you think that it's not helping his development through this process of dealing with what he's dealing with?
For that part, Enoch is very much forgiving than
Okay.
I'll say me. Me, I will take it more. But him, maybe when you see it, he will look at you and then you forget about it, or just mind his business. But like his siblings, they get very upset.
Right.
And then when they see the person the next day, they just look at them from behind.
Right.
But with Enoch, he probably doesn't understand it too much of why like you have that hatred, or why you don't like him, or something like that. So he doesn't take it as much as we will take it.
Right. Are his siblings boy and girl, or two boys or two girls?
2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay, 2 boys, 2 girls. Okay, so with the triplets, that means they are boys.
They are boys.
They are boys, right? Okay, thank you for clarifying that. If you were to say, do you have him go out by himself, to get stuff? Let's say he wants to get ice cream, or he wants to get something at the Walgreens. Does he go out by himself?
No.
Okay. Now, when he is with himself, when he's at home, does he need a lot of help from his siblings or from you, or he is able to handle most things himself?
For now, now he's grown, so he's learning a lot. Okay. So I'm teaching him a lot. So he knows, like, when you wake up, what he has to do. It's like a routine that you have to start with. So if he, is used to his routine, then it's going to be okay. And that's one of the number one thing. You don't want to change that. You don't want to change his routine. Otherwise, his whole world is going to be messed up.
Okay.
So even the siblings, they know you can never change his routine.
Okay.
It always has to be the same. If this is here, you know, once you get it, you put it the same place. You don't want to change it. So
Right.
that's what we do in the house.
Okay. Great. How is he doing at school? I mean, is he taking education seriously? Is he very serious about it, or he likes doing other things more than education?
Oh, in academic, he's doing fine. I
Okay.
mean, every time they bring his report card, they will be saying like, hey. But when you talk about school and stuff, let's say Enoch is 21 years old, but
Mhm.
he's study like somebody who's in fourth grade. That's how
Right.
bad it is.
Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
know.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what would be now? The event is coming up this Saturday.
Mhm.
And I know you have sponsors, some organizations who are helping you. Um, Contour Scott and Associates, one of the organizations that is sponsoring this event. We also have Mimi Braiding Bar, Martha Beauty Supply, and Gem Antique Treasures are all in support, and they are sponsoring this event. You also the number to reach out to if you want to get more information regarding this autism walk, Enoch's World Autism Walk coming up this Saturday at Bolingbrook. And I'll give that in a bit. I'll be giving the full address and the outline for the event. The number to reach out to is 630-362-9462. And the
Yes.
number again is 630-362-9462. Another number you can reach is 708-170-5101. 708-170-5101. And then you can also reach out to Felicia Apre at 773-671-3240. Okay, so what other help would you need people to come with when they come into the event, or they should just show up?
Well, right now we have T-shirts that we are selling. So we want people to come. It's only $15. So when they come, they can purchase some of the T-shirts to support us, and any contribution that they will give us to, we will take it.
Okay.
You know.
So this is Autism Talks, the conversation we're having today, which is that our focus today is on Florence SOMUAH's project, or Florence SOMUAH's project, or her organization, which is Enoch's World, and the event coming up is what I'm about to read. The title or the theme for this event. It is Autism Talks. Enoch's World will hold its third annual 5,000 walk to bring autism awareness, understanding, and acceptance to our community. This is happening August 19th, which is this coming Saturday in Bolingbrook. The annual walk will take place at the Lakes Sports Complex. Address is 811 Remington Road, Bolingbrook. It's going to start at 11 a.m. immediately. 11 a.m. sharp. Immediately after that, after the walk, there will be a marketplace for free food and drinks, vendors, tables, games, music, information about autism, and much more, like Florence was sharing. Now, we know Ghanaians and Africans do start programs late. So when you say 11, are we talking 11 a.m. sharp?
11 a.m. We want to try, because we want to work, we want to do the 5K. So
Okay.
we don't want the sun to come too long, because when the sun comes, it's going to be hot.
Yes.
So 11, then we are there. 11:30, we start walking. Yes.
Awesome. Well, I know that you have been doing your best as a mother, taking care of, no one can understand and can imagine the daily chore, the daily routine that you have to go through with your son. But having been a great mother, and also a visionary, not only for your son and your family, but for the entire society, because what you're doing is very, very powerful. And we need not only the Ghanaian community, the diaspora, African community, Africans here to throw their support one way or the other to make sure that we are creating this awareness, so that we're not treating people who are able differently in demeaning manners, right, or in negative ways that would discourage either the individuals who are able differently or dealing with autism, or their family members and loved ones. That is very unacceptable. And like you said, other people, other nationalities, other race, other groups, other race groups or ethnic groups do not relate to him the way Africans do. You know, they're not being judgmental to him. They show him love. And it's not just because he is African or he is your son, but we see it all the time. This is how they treat people, especially folks who are dealing with autism or able in different ways. We see how in this country, people outside the African community, handle or deal or interact with these people. It's always encouraging, very, very encouraging. And for some reason, as Africans, we like to get stuck in our ways. What you said, which is how we deal with people able differently, is not new. This is what we do to folks back in Ghana. I mean, Africa, we do this a lot. And so we kind of brought that here. And what aches my heart is that we don't only have to come to this country to make money. And I say this all the time, right? We have to open our minds and pick up some of the good practices and processes that this country has had, or system that has been in place in this country. In addition to us making money, we have to pick up the good values and leave out the bad ones, of course. But if we're not doing this, and all we know is to just make as much money as we can, and only focus on our individual selves and our immediate families, we look like we're selfish people. We become a people who look like they're selfish. And I'm not saying Africans are selfish, but we exhibit that trait of selfishness, and it's not encouraging at all. It's not what we want to see in our community, because this is not who we are. We are caring people, and I think whatever stigma and whatever made us a people who treat others who don't look like us, or individuals who are able differently in a negative way, whatever caused us, whatever made us the way we do, the way we behave here should be corrected. We can always look at it differently. We can't always be seen as a people who are stuck in our negative ways, and because when we do this, guess what? We're not only doing it to the people, but others see us like that, and it doesn't speak well of us. It doesn't give us a good reputation, doesn't give us a good image. So we need to learn and know that the way we treat people is how people are going to look at us, and that's how people are going to treat us as well. And so we need to develop this habit of understanding and living peacefully and respectfully with people who are able differently. Well, I think that it's 7 p.m. It's 3 minutes past 7 p.m. We've had a few technical glitches. We all apologize for that, and also late start in the show. But Florence, I know that we've been able to get some information out regarding the walk coming up this Saturday. But please go ahead and give us an outline again for those. Just reiterate the reason why you're doing the ENOCH'S, the Autism Talks event coming this Saturday, and your expectation of the people that are going to come and the support that you need from the community. Please go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. This is ENOCH'S World Autism Talk, and we want you guys to come out this Saturday, August 19th at 811 Remington Boulevard, Bolingbrook, Illinois. Come support us. We are doing this work for acceptance. Acceptance. We are doing this work for understanding. Understanding means when you see Enoch, don't think Enoch is no, it doesn't belong to us, it's somebody else. Like he's not, well or something. And we are doing this work to help the community to accept the children like Enoch. So we are asking everyone to come and support us. This Saturday, August 19th, there will be a lot of vendors there, a lot of school districts, a lot of information that's more about autism and stuff like that. People are there to help you, and there will be food, games, music, and everything. So we are asking that if you are out here in Chicago area, come out and support us.
Thank you so much, Florence. Enoch, do you have anything to say to us before we leave?
That's all you want to say?
Thank you for this, for the fostering, for this autism talk. This is the ENOCH'S World. Have a nice day. I'll see us this Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Enoch. I want to say that I love you. The Progressive Mind Show, love you. We love you as Ghanaian community, African community, diaspora, and we are in support of your event and the vision that your mom has for you and the entire community. I'll say good luck and God bless for even being part of the show and helping to create this awareness. We are going to be working together, and I really want to thank you once again for coming on the show to help create this awareness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this evening we engage Florence SOMUAH, who is the mother of Enoch. Her event is called Autism Talks ENOCH'S World. Definitely, we want to extend this remarks to everyone who will be watching this show later to ENOCH'S World, ENOCH'S Autism Talks, which is the name of the event. It's going to be taking place, as she said, at 811 Remington Road in Bolingbrook. It's starting shop at 11 a.m. There'll be food, free food, drinks. There'll be vendor tables. There'll be games and music. And also medical officials will be giving more information about autism. Let's always remember that the fact that people are able differently doesn't mean we should treat them differently and being disrespectful. Especially, this message is going to the African community here in the diaspora and on the continent. It's very essential that we change our attitude towards people who don't necessarily act like us or speak like us because they have a different ability or different ways of handling things than us. This is very, very important. Most of us claim to be Christians or religious people, and we need to act it out. Our religious characters and traits can not only be exhibited when we go to church or when we are in the mosque. We have to leave it out. And if you're a follower of Christ or Islamic religion, Muhammad, what the crux of the foundation of the teaching there is love. And we have to show this not only again within church buildings or religious buildings, but we have to show it outside, especially to people who don't necessarily speak, act, or look and behave like us. That said, this is the Progressive Mind Show. Thank you for being with us. My name is Sana, aka Alinko. We shall be coming your way again this Sunday at 4 p.m. We really appreciate you for sticking with us. My apologies again for the static internet this evening. It's been very disappointing. This didn't happen when we on this Sunday. Sunday was very fine. I don't know what's happening today, but whatever it is, we were able to at least get what we needed to get out today. So have a wonderful evening. God bless. We shall see you soon. Remember, to whom much is given, much is required. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Enoch, have a good night. Okay. Florence, have a good night.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.